As in, like a tip. Or like, here, once a month I'd like to be a supporter.
Just the tip. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show. 64 episodes, we've done the same thing.
Stop. Don't make me feel bad. I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob.
It's the look. You, like, give me this look, and I can't help it. It makes me laugh.
I gotta look at you when we talk. Should I do, like, the soap opera thing, you know, when the guy turns to the camera, he's like, Maria. And, like, not look at you?
Oh, I thought when you said soap opera thing, I was thinking how, you know, like, they, like, gaze out the window away, and, like, they have their back turned to the person.
And then the Hispanic guy goes, Maria.
Only in Spanish soap operas.
What is that? What's that channel called?
Telemundo?
Telemundo. I used to watch that. Like, 'cause
you used to watch Spanish soap operas?
Not for long periods of time, but, like, I'd be flipping through, and it would be there, and I would stop. For a good 10 minutes, probably. And then I'd be like, okay, I don't know what they're saying. And then I'd move on. But it would be interesting for about 10 minutes. Why not? Don't flip my phone over.
It was distracting me. You have everything.
I do now.
Notifying your phone.
Oh, okay.
Everything.
Everything notifies
your
my phone.
Like at night, your phone just like constantly goes off. I mean, it's on silent, so I don't hear anything, but it lights up. And
I put it face down.
Well, now you do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just started that not too long ago.
Yeah. But you're always asleep before me. So I couldn't tell you how many nights, like, your phone will be lighting up in the middle of the night, and it's so bright. And it's like Facebook and Twitter and just everything. Everything. I don't have anything that pops up on my phone except for text messages and phone calls and crap. Everything else, I'm like, when I want to know, I will check it. If I want to know if I have Facebook notifications, I will just go to Facebook on the app, on my phone, one little click, and I can find out. I don't need my phone going off all the time.
First of all, I feel like you're being a bit aggressive about my phone.
Sorry.
Why don't you hand me my phone?
I feel better now that I got that off my chest.
Give it to me. Like,
I've had that bottled up.
I'm just
know.
No. I'm just gonna put this out there. This is what we're doing. We podcast. We talk to each other. Why would you hold something like that inside until like I set the mic up and you're like, you could have told me.
I wasn't trying to like fuss at you.
2 months ago, you could have been like, "Hey, Bob, your phone's lighting up."
I made comments to you about like your phone goes off constantly.
Yeah, but you were never like it interrupts me at night.
I mean, it was never bad enough for me to have a conversation.
I mean, you sleep like a rock. I figured nothing.
Once I go to sleep, I don't I'm up half the night though.
We're 3 minutes in, and like you're angry. It's supposed to be a comedy show. I can see you.
Oh my gosh, I'm not angry at all.
They can't see you. I can see you.
I'm not angry. We're just having a conversation here. Maybe you're a little
Did everybody
defensive.
just notice how her tone changed because she thought about other people listening? I've seen you do that in real life where like we could be having a marital discussion, you know, the kind where
and the phone rings
and like
that. Don't you know that is
and
a talent?
You pick up the phone and you're like, hello, and I'm like, that is not what you sounded like 15 seconds ago. That is a talent that all women are born with. Well, I just recorded you changing the tone. It wasn't super drastic. You didn't change a whole lot, but when I said everybody else can hear you, your whole tone changed dramatically.
You're embarrassing me.
Maybe just a little bit, but it's okay because that's what married couples are for. I embarrass you, you embarrass me. It's life.
Yeah.
And now we got 3 other little people that we're going to embarrass the hell out of for the rest of their lives.
Oh yes. But anyway, back to the woman thing. Women are it's ingrained in our DNA, I think. I couldn't tell you how many times my mama would be fussing at us and the phone would ring and she would, hello.
And that was back in the day when the phones like hung on the walls and stuff, right?
Yeah, this is before the days of cell phones. Yeah, we're like, and like I always thought it was so funny, but I totally get it now.
You do it.
My sister doesn't have that thing though.
No.
God bless her.
Or
bless
a
her little
filter
heart.
or anything like that.
If my sister, if she ain't feeling it, this is my sister, my one and only sister, my blood. I have called her before, and she answers the phone going, what?
Yeah.
Many times, not just like one time, many times.
Well, your sister.
Or just, hello. Like, she just sounded mad. She don't hold back.
No, she doesn't. Your sister has a big heart. She does.
Yeah, she does.
We played the band I was in one time. We played a show downtown Wilmington, and your sister came, and we were standing outside the bar, and like somebody did something, and she was like, I don't know if she was making fun of them, but like she was talking about them, but they were only like,
that wasn't just that one instance. I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's just her all the time, especially if she's been drinking. Like, say, like, a girl walked by and she'd be like, did you see what she's wearing? But like
super loud and like,
there's, like,
wait for them to walk by first.
You gotta wait till they're out of earshot. And you gotta, like, keep your voice down if you're gonna say something like that about somebody. Not like they're right in front of you. Do you see them right now? Like, that's my sister. She does not hold back.
Filterless. None.
We were at a restaurant. This was years ago. I was at a restaurant with my sister and a whole group of people. And it was just a terrible experience. And by the time it was all over, at the end, we were like, we needed to speak to a manager. It was bad. And the waitress came over, and bless her heart, it was this young girl, and she was trying to figure out what was wrong. And
she had no idea what she was getting into.
And my sister, this was this girl, she's like, put her finger up, and she said, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the manager. And that little girl, like, I feel like that girl probably went in the back and cried. Mm-hmm. Like, she was just like, I don't want to talk to you.
There's been multiple times in our relationship where your sister has said the words, I hate you, Bobby. Like, she never...
was I hate you, Bobby!
Like, she never calls me Bobby. She never calls me Bobby unless she hates me at the moment. So it's pretty, pretty funny.
I hate you, Bobby rolls off the tongue easier. Well, she hasn't said that in a long time, though. So at least not to your face.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time apart, though. So
yeah, I guess you guys are on okay terms.
What are you gonna do? You know, it's sometimes because we lived with your sister for a little while. We all had a house together, and you know, when you live together, if you don't get along like super great, it could be super stressful.
Oh yeah, it's definitely magnified. Any flaws in any type of relationship are going to be magnified when you live under the same roof.
One of the times that she said she hated me, you know, I hate you, Bobby. She was mad at me because I was washing dishes. And like, that's normally one of the things that when you have roommates, you're okay with. Like, please wash the dishes.
I promise I will never fuss at you for washing dishes. Ever. I promise. Never, ever.
Us having the kids, you've made some changes. I folded all the towels the other day. And in your eyes, I folded them wrong.
Absolutely.
I folded them wrong. But you haven't said one word to me.
I didn't have to fold them, so I didn't care. Yeah. They were folded and they were put away.
Yeah, because they had been on the kitchen table.
It wasn't worth complaining about.
Yeah, they'd been on the kitchen table for like, what, 2 days?
No.
How long?
Maybe a day.
Maybe a day and a half. Could have been 2 days. Yeah.
The other laundry had been on the table for a few days.
I don't know what happened to that laundry.
I put it away.
Oh, you put it away. I didn't do that laundry.
Surprising to you?
It just vanished and disappeared. Tonight's been a little, I felt a little weird for a while tonight.
Are we not talking about laundry anymore?
No, we're not talking about laundry
like you're
anymore.
Just like completely.
Something about it's almost bedtime makes our son lose his mind.
Oh, he loses his crap.
Right about bedtime. It's like his brain goes, it's time for me to go to bed. I'm going to run from here to that wall and back 15 times and I'm going to knock things over. And, you know, and then he laughs and you can't, like, it's hard to be mad at him. I get mad at him. I'm like, dude, just chill out, man. Like, come sit on the couch. And he was nothing. I think it's because he gets tired and he knows if he sits down and be still, he's going to go to sleep. He doesn't want anything to do with it.
That's exactly it. He knows he's running out of energy and if he slows down, he's going to fall asleep. But he's okay with going to bed. Like, he doesn't cry.
No.
He'll go to bed. Like, the other night, you weren't here. I was putting him to bed by myself. And he went in the room. I put him in the bed. And, like, they still share a bed. And so he gets in there. And the proper stuffed animals cannot be on the wrong side. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Because she has her side, he has his side, do not cross. And so he starts making sure the stuffed animals are on the right side. Like, he's cool with it. Reagan, I was like, all right, it's time to go to bed. And she has her face buried in the couch, screaming, no! I picked her up. I tried to get her to hold my hand, because I like to let them walk on their own free will. You know, we'll hold hands and I'll walk them in there. But she wouldn't have it. So I had to pick her up, and she is just screaming, kicking, fighting me. She didn't want to give me a good night kiss. I put her in the bed. You would think it was hot lava on their mattress. She screamed so bad. But like 2 minutes later, it was silence. And she was asleep. It's crazy. So something really exciting happened to us this week.
It did, but you didn't let me go anywhere with that story I started.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
Can you hang on to that?
Yeah.
Well, Riley was going nuts.
Tonight.
Pretty
much every night.
Yeah, pretty much every night. And honestly, by the time we laid him down, I was spent, and I walked into the kitchen and I made a drink, and it was weird because since you've gotten pregnant, we haven't had any drinks. And I haven't had any drinks, and I don't know, just because, you know, like if you're going to have a glass of wine, then I'll have something, but you obviously can't. So I haven't, and I just felt weird about it. Is that?
Well, it's kind of, drinking alone is kind of a weird thing anyway, at least to me.
Like, a lot of times when people drink alone, other people go, that guy's got a problem.
I mean, like, you know, there's been plenty of nights where I was the only one up and I was like watching TV and had a glass of wine. Not since becoming pregnant, okay? But, you know, I would have like a glass of wine or something, but it's
and popcorn. I've seen, like, I've got up in the morning for work, kind of go through something in the trash, and there's like a bottle of wine and a bag of popcorn. I'm like, oh, she had a good time last night, I guess. It's like you just waited for me to go to sleep so you could party.
For anyone who watches the show Scandal, like one of the main characters, like she pretty much lives off of popcorn and red wine. Is
that what it is? You watch that show and you're like, I gotta have popcorn and wine.
I mean, I have watched all seasons of that show and I really like that show, but it's not why. I mean, because I like wine and I like popcorn. They go well together while watching TV. Mm-hmm. But every time I watch that show and like I see her eating popcorn and wine, I'm like, that sounds good.
Well, it's kind of like that with me with watching The Big Bang Theory. They always eat like Chinese food or something like that. So when I watch that show, I'm like,
I could go for some Chinese.
Every time we get Chinese food and we bring it home, I'm like, we gotta watch Big Bang Theory. Mm-hmm. But that's just how I am. And we do.
Yeah, pretty much every time.
But, it turns out, it did feel weird at first, because, you know, first of all, I was drinking by myself. And, you can't drink, but after you have a couple drinks, you don't care anymore.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's alright.
I don't feel weird about it at all.
So we had something big happen this week?
Yeah. It's one of those moments that you kind of wait for and look forward to from the moment you become a parent. Both of our kids have told both of us this week that they love us.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, that thing.
But they also said they loved Batman.
Yeah, and they said that first.
Yeah, they were like, I love Batman.
Yeah. And it's, you know, our kids, they've obviously been talking for a while. Their vocabulary is pretty decent. And not that we coax them into saying I love you, but we've definitely encouraged it.
Sure.
And, you know, and then there's things that they randomly just repeat. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why can't that be one of the things? Why, out of all the words, they picked up fart in like no time.
No time.
And they think it's great.
And they'll point it out.
Oh yeah, they'll say they farted when they didn't, just for the heck of saying it. And if anybody around them farts, oh, you best believe they're gonna talk about it. The other day, your sister, she didn't fart, and they just started, Shay farted. Shay farted, and then both of them started saying it, and she was like, I didn't. And then we left their house. The whole way home, they're in the back seat talking about Shay farted. Shay farted. Like, they just like to say it.
I had Riley in the kitchen with me one day, and I farted, and he ran out of the kitchen and into the bedroom to tell you that I farted. Yep. And I'm like, dude, bro code, man, bro code. Oh, he's got some learning to do.
He tells mommy everything. That's a good thing.
But no, it was when he did it. Like, so I had him in the bedroom. I was changing his diaper, and we were talking and playing. And you were on the couch, and I don't remember exactly what happened. But I looked at him, and I pointed to him and I was like, I love Riley. And he said, I love Dada.
And then I started crying.
Yep. And then you started crying and that was...
And then you were changing Reagan right after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same thing. And then she said it too.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like I said, this was all after they were talking about how they love Batman. Like the day before. They're like, I love Batman.
And I heard
I love Batman.
You talked to Riley and you said, you did the same thing I did. You said, I love Riley.
And he listened to me and said, I love Daddy.
And I was like, oh yeah.
It kind of broke my heart. Just like a little bit. I was like, dang. Like, I gave birth to you. Come on. But it wasn't that night. It was the next day that both of them said it. Reagan said it first.
To be fair, our kids don't even think I live here.
No.
So there's that.
You were taking out the trash tonight. You went to go, you had the bag of garbage in your hand and you go to take it out. Daddy, oh my God. Riley, he looks over at me. He said, Daddy going home. You're going to walk out the door.
To the dumpster like I'm, what's that?
He said, Daddy's going home.
Yeah, I'm going to go live in the trash can. They think I live at work.
Yeah, cause
like they think I come here to hang out for a little bit.
Every morning I go and get them up and you're always gone. I mean, unless it's your day off. You're always gone, but they always ask. They always ask about you. And so every morning I tell them, Daddy's at work.
Yeah. That's where he lives.
And so, I think they think you live there.
Yeah, and I just come here to hang out. You were about to leave,
and Riley said, oh, Daddy's going home.
It makes me sad a little bit. Like, you're laughing, but like my heart hurts.
Well, and then you walk back in the door, and then Riley said, Daddy home from work.
Yeah. I was gone for 2 minutes, bro.
I mean, to them, Daddy's always at work, so.
Yeah. I know, I was gone for less than 3 minutes because, we were listening to, Pandora and, Ice Ice Baby came on. I'm not going to tell you what radio station you were listening to, but when I came back, it was still on. So, I mean, I wasn't gone that long. I don't know, man.
Well, it's the same thing. Like, I mean, in their world right now, it's kind of small, Every time that they get dressed to go somewhere, like then when they know, like, we're leaving the house, putting shoes on, leaving the house, they always just say, I want to see Pawpaw. Because to them, most of the time when we leave the house, they go to your parents' house. Or we go to your parents' house. And so 9 times out of 10, if they're leaving, they're going to go see Pawpaw. So anytime they get dressed to go, they're like, I want to see Pawpaw. Oh, and any bird is Pawpaw's chicken.
Yeah.
Like, cause your dad has chickens and they go out there with your dad and look at the chickens, help him feed the chickens. And I know we talked about this on the podcast a while back about the little Noah figurine that they think is Pawpaw. Well, they pointed it out to me the other day. Noah has a dove on his shoulder, the little person figurine. Yeah. He has a dove on his shoulder. So one of the kids brought it to me and he said, look, it's Pawpaw's chicken and your dad has this chicken that if he bends over, it'll hop on his back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So to them, that little thing, that's Pawpaw and his chicken.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I mean, it makes perfect sense that they would think that. But oh my gosh, I laughed so hard. I was like, yep, that's Pawpaw's chicken. But yeah, every bird, it's Pawpaw's chicken.
Now, speaking of Pawpaw's animals, I want to talk about cats for a minute. But I actually don't want to talk about his cats. I want to talk about other cats.
Okay.
I have 2 different cat stories.
Do you?
Yeah, one of them just happened. I just happened to cross it a few minutes ago and I was out on the balcony. There's this video and it was like...
You were out there watching cat videos, weren't you?
No, I was on Facebook. I was scrolling through Facebook and, which I don't do like super often, like scroll through Facebook. Like I get on Facebook and I post stuff, but I don't scroll a whole bunch. But I was just sitting out there. You were watching Iron Chef. Yeah. So I was out there and, this video popped up and it said, I can't remember what the tagline was, but it was somebody's porch and it was at night and they didn't have like night vision cameras. It was just, it was dark, but you could see eyes moving around on their porch. Right. And as soon as I seen it, I was like, well, it's cats. Cause most of the time cats' eyes like glow like that, but it did say viewer discretion advised or something like that. Oh my gosh. So I'm hooked and I'm out there in the dark on the balcony and like I started getting a little nervous. I was like, someone's fixing to like, Well, the person turns their light on and it's a mountain lion.
Oh my gosh.
On their porch.
Like, what do you do?
Nothing.
You sure as heck don't go outside.
The mountain lion was eating a deer.
On their porch?
And when they turned the light on, the mountain lion was like, oh, and like grabs this deer by the neck and pulls him out in the yard. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What do you do? Like, you don't do nothing, right? You just don't, you don't go outside.
No.
For like a year. Like, I would, if I lived in that house, I would never be able to go out in the yard again without being somewhat nervous.
Yeah, daytime or nighttime. I'd be like peeking out the curtains, like, make sure no mountain lions around. Especially while they're eating, you know what I mean? Like, animals, regardless, they get very territorial with their food.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, how freaked out would you be? Like, I think something's out there, maybe a cat, and it's a freaking mountain lion.
Yeah.
I would pee myself.
Now, I did intentionally watch a cat video, sort of. There's a documentary on Netflix about cats, and it's called The Lion in the Living Room or something like that.
I think I've seen that. I mean, not watched it, but I've seen the title.
I was really bored, and I was like, why not? And
Did
honestly,
you watch it?
I only watched like 15 minutes of it.
You watched 15 minutes of it?
I watched 15 minutes of it. And for the most part, it was, it was cats, nothing crazy. But apparently in big cities, they have an issue where cats will jump from like people's windows in like tall buildings. Like they don't really I guess they don't understand or something. And they're just like, it's a problem. Like cats are just, jumping out of windows.
Well, I guess cats have instincts, and maybe if they see like birds and stuff, they just go, I want to get it. And they don't realize how high up they are, maybe? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Could you imagine if you're walking down the sidewalk?
There's just like cats raining down.
Like in a cat hits the pavement. Now, I did learn something else. We were talking about this. When cats fall, they have the ability to like turn their body to where the belly's going to be going down, and they'll spread their legs and arms out. And when they do, the flaps of skin will catch the air and sort of like parachute them. Not super slow. Like it's not like a parachute, but it slows them down enough that they can hit the ground with their legs and a lot of times be okay.
Wow.
So it was saying like some of these cats have jumped from like 3 stories and hit the ground and ran away.
Wow.
That's insane, right? You know how this is gonna be a hot button topic, but they say that humans evolved from like apes or monkeys or whatever. I read this little article one time where people would take babies, like human babies, and put them in the water when they're first born, and they hold their breath. Mm-hmm. Like it's an instinct, right? But if you take a baby monkey and put it in the water, the baby will drown. So don't you think that's weird?
I guess.
It makes me feel like maybe we came out of the ocean and not out of the trees. Do you not agree with that?
No.
Why? I like to think I used to be a fish. So much more freedom.
Is that really what you believe?
No. You should have saw that look on your face. Like, I've known you for 20 years.
I don't even know you anymore.
I'm married to a man that thinks he used to be a fish.
Okay.
I thought I was going to take that a lot further, but it didn't work. The look on your face.
I was like, I know you're not telling me like this is. Oh my gosh.
It's moments like that I wish like we had video. Because, like the look.
The moments that Bob renders Katie speechless.
The look of chaos and fear.
I didn't know what to say. I was like, what?
And then like you just completely stopped rolling with it. You were like, do you really believe that? Do you think you were a fish?
You were like serious.
Oh, what are you gonna do? So, when we get done here with this episode, you want to record one for Patreon?
I guess.
Yeah, you down for that?
Yeah.
And some people might be thinking, what is this Patreon? What is this Patreon they speak of?
What is it?
Well, you tell them what it is. I always tell them what it is.
But you do it so well.
Maybe you do it better.
Well, Patreon is where people can send us money. As in, like a tip. Or like, here, once a month I'd like to be a supporter.
Just the tip. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Go ahead.
You ain't right.
And that's it? That's what you're going to give them? That's all of it, huh?
I was unprepared.
unprepared. We say the same thing every week.
You say it. You say it. I don't say it.
All right. So Patreon it's kind of like Kickstarter or anything like that. It's a way that artists, because that's what we are now. We're entertainers.
The artists known as artistes. Katie and Bob.
Obviously we don't charge for any of our stuff, but you could help the show out. You could be a supporter of us sitting at the table and talking to a microphone. You could be a part of that. This great adventure of ours, where we put the kids to sleep and pray they stay there for a while, and you could be a part of that just by going to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show, and you can donate anywhere from $1 to $8 million. You could do 10 million if you wanted.
Yeah, make it even.
Yeah, make it even. Double digits. Whatever your heart desires, you can do that. Patreon.
10 million is way more than double digits.
I meant the million numbers. What is that like?
It was a lot of digits.
However many digits you feel like giving us, we'll take it. But you will have access to bonus episodes that you can only have access to if you are a patron. So go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show.
Or the link is pinned to the top of our Facebook page.
Yeah, I think it is.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about we've watched quite a few movies over the past couple weeks, and
have we?
We have, and we're going to get into that. We don't ever do movie reviews, but we're going to do some tonight. But before we do, we actually have, some advice that is needed. And I think that you might be able to help me a lot more than normal with this.
You need advice or somebody else needs advice? What?
No, someone wrote in.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allowed to say their name, so I'm just gonna.
Who it is, right?
What, you mean like off mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Who is it?
Oh, you mean no, not right now. We're recording. Yeah, I'll it's a message. You can see. I'll show you the name.
The inside of my nose itches.
You should scratch it.
Then you're gonna tell everybody I was picking my nose, but I'm not.
You look like a junkie. Just like.
It's like tickling. Like. Maybe I need to trim my nose hairs?
No, don't do that. I mean, I guess
you had a bad experience because you trimmed too much.
I had that little like...
You're like, I'm going to stick this thing up in there and shave off all my nose hair.
It was like it reminded me of like an electric toothbrush, but it had, it was a razor that was shaped to fit your nostril, and I stuck it in and it was awesome for about 30 seconds. And then the hair started growing back. And like every time I would touch my nose for like the next 2 weeks, the little hairs would be prickly? Sharp. Yeah.
Sharp?
And were poking me in my nose. Like my nose started bleeding at one point.
Oh gosh.
It was insane. I'll never cut them again. That hair could be coming out my nose and wrapping around my chin. It's just going to have to grow, and you're going to have to learn to love it.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so, Bob.
Okay, so here's the name to help you out with the conversation, because you know this person.
You're going to tell everybody that I know who it is?
I mean, you might know this person. What? The world's a big place, you know? No? Okay. You don't know this person at all. So here's the advice that's needed.
All right.
A couple has found out that they are expecting child.
Are they? Seriously?
Why you sound so excited for? You don't know them.
Stop being weird.
Yeah, get on the mic. Come on. This is for real. This is happening. And, they're a little nervous to tell people.
I understand.
And they need advice on how to tell people. Now, before you start just throwing out advice, there's a snag.
Okay.
Apparently there's a family member who is strongly against it.
Against
them having a child. Another child. Because they already have, childs.
Do you know why the family member's against it?
The family member feels like they're not financially stable enough to be bringing more people into the world.
Do they live with this person?
I don't believe so. No.
Then that other person needs to shut their face. This is what I think.
Well, there's your advice. Tell them to shut their face.
Okay.
And if they have any issues with that, go to Facebook, look up Katie McKnight, The Bob and Katie Show.
Look, I feel like I'm qualified for this because we are also expecting our third child, and we're not the most financially stable. And so, yeah, I'm sure that people could easily look at us and go, oh my God, what are you doing? You can't afford the kids you have.
Right.
in our situation, and I can't speak for them, we were not attempting to have another child. Yeah. It just kind of happened.
And those people
regardless,
those people that think that we don't have the funds are, they're not wrong. I mean, they're not wrong, but we're good people.
Unless there's people paying my bills, they have no weight as far as what I do with my life. None whatsoever. If I'm not living under their roof and they're not paying my bills, then they can keep it to themselves.
And let me tell you this. I pay the bills, and I still don't got a lot of weight in what's going on around here.
No, so as far as them, I understand, like, if you know that someone is not supportive of something like that, I mean, really any of your life choices, but especially a child that I'm sure they already love, I know that's gotta be hard.
Yeah.
I know that's gotta be hard. But yeah, if they don't live with them, this person does not pay their bills or, you know, support them, financially, then yeah, they can shut it. That's just my opinion.
So, should we give them a couple creative ways to, announce a baby?
Oh gosh. Okay.
I don't know, let's come up with some stuff real fast. They're gonna have an ultrasound, right?
Oh, I'm sure they will eventually.
So, you know, Facebook is a thing where a lot of people, you know, talk about baby stuff. One thing you could do is just change your profile picture to the ultrasound.
And just not say anything else.
And then just get off Facebook for like a week and just let it happen. Let it roll, you know?
Oh, but, you know, is that really how you want to tell, like, people close to you, though?
Yeah, like, you know, I've always been, like, weird about that kind of stuff.
I know my brother, he made a comment to me the other day about us finding out the gender. He's like, yeah, I'm sure I'll find out on Facebook. And I was like, shut up. No, you will not.
He might.
No, he will not.
Okay. We're not going to tell him?
Oh, he's going to find out in person. He's going to find out on Facebook. Oh my God, it's my brother.
So it sounds like I might not be the person to be giving good advice on the subject.
No, apparently not.
You could, other things you could do is look up local photographers, you know, Katie McKnight Photography.
Are these people local?
They might be. Might not be. We don't know them, right?
Well, if they're local, yes. I know a photographer, so, if you want to do photos.
I think that's a thing, like baby announcement photos or something like that. Oh, God, yes. So that's a thing you can do. And you can also do the thing where you don't tell anybody.
Just wait for people to start asking questions.
Be like, holy crap, is she pregnant? Like, or is she getting fat? We're just not going to talk about it. Don't say anything. And then when somebody does say something, go, no, I'm not pregnant. And then make them feel horrible.
Oh my gosh, that's so mean.
So
we gave my mom a box of donuts. I don't know, did we talk about this already? We probably did.
I don't know, maybe.
We gave her a box of donuts. It was we found it in like October, so it was fall, and me and my mom had just had a conversation about pumpkin donuts. So we got her a box of pumpkin donuts, and we wrote on the inside of the lid, and we put something to the effect of, eat up, you know, Katie doesn't want to be the only one with a belly.
Right.
And then, like, my mom, it took a bit for my mom to, like, figure it out. And then she was like, oh my gosh!
So you could do that. You could buy donuts. I think that's, you know, there's all kinds of things
we told your parents while we were recording a podcast.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. But the one thing that you shouldn't do is worry yourself with what somebody else thinks. If they don't like it, they can go suck an egg. That's my advice.
Well, they're not going to be the ones that are up in the middle of the night feeding the baby. They're not going to be the one changing the diapers. Right. So it really, I mean, while, yeah, it's great. You want your friends and your family to be happy for you in a situation like this. But the people that aren't, oh well.
So here's my advice. Continue to be a good parent, good parents. Love your child. Teach them not to be offended so easily.
Well, you know, just to add this about financially, yeah, like, I wish I could give my kids more, but you know what? My kids, they have a roof over their head.
They want for nothing.
They're very well fed. You know, It's only the extra material things, right. You know, and our kids are well loved and they have a great life. And while I can't give them every single thing that I want to, it's okay.
It is.
They're not spoiled brats, so there's that.
Yeah, you're going to be fine. Congratulations from Bob and Katie. You're good to go.
You're good to go, because we said so.
Yeah,
Everything's going to be fine.
You have the stamp of approval from us.
Everything's going to be just fine.
Send us your address. We'll drop you later in the mail, make it official. Anybody says anything, you can just show them the letter.
Oh my gosh. Like Bob and Katie, they said it's going to be okay. We have it in writing. They said it's
down
fine.
Here at the bottom it says you can actually go suck an egg. That's what it says down here in the bottom of this letter. It's got a seal and everything. We really don't have a seal, so don't expect that from us. It's just, it's a comedy show, so.
Although, speaking of seals, you made candles. In fact, there's one burning right now that you made me. You make them, the fancy, wax seals?
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I was thinking
the wax and you, stamp it.
I was thinking, seal in the water seal. You
don't put a seal, like an animal, on a letter. What are you talking about?
But I don't know. My brain just... Look, I've had some drinks. I don't know.
You're the one who brought up seals on a letter.
You switched the topic, sort of, and I heard seal, and I was thinking...
You brought it up.
Yeah, you're right.
About a seal on a letter. Why would you think I was talking about sea creatures?
I don't know. I'm not making any seals for paper. I'm done.
You're done with arts and crafts.
Yeah, I made this candle at work, and it's supposed to be peppermint scented, and I smell no peppermint. Before it was burning, I could stick my face in it, and it smelled very strong of peppermint, but in the air, I smell it not.
Oh, but you did a good job.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty candle, but no peppermint. Okay, movie reviews. We're gonna do a couple.
Oh my gosh, what movies are we talking about?
The first one, which I am so excited about, because you sort of already let me know that you got me this movie for Christmas. The movie Tusk.
We've already talked about that movie before.
Oh, but I'm going to talk about it.
We talked about it at length, I believe.
Okay, I won't talk about it at length, but...
After you watched it, or after we watched it.
Oh, I love it. It's such a good movie.
It's so weird. It is so weird.
It's extremely weird. This is what I want everybody to do.
Definitely one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of weird crap.
It is weird.
We both used to manage movie stores. We've seen a lot of movies.
We have.
And that's definitely at the top of the list of one of the most weirdest things I've ever seen. Super stupid.
So let's do this. Let's do the thing like the critics used to do with their thumbs. We both have 2 thumbs, right? So Tusk. How many thumbs up, thumbs down? What do you got?
I feel like I should give it 2 thumbs down because of just how weird.
Really?
Yeah. But I guess it's if you were into that much weirdness, then it wasn't a bad movie.
Okay,
quality-wise, I definitely couldn't give it 2 thumbs up. So I'll do 1. I'll do 1.
Well, it's getting 2 for me, so that's 3 thumbs up. I'm okay with that. But
only because I'm really nice.
Go watch the trailer, guys. I don't want to give too much away. The movie's been out for a while, but go watch it. I really, really enjoyed it.
It was written by Kevin Smith?
It was.
And directed also?
Mm-hmm.
He was definitely on drugs when he wrote that.
Yeah, that's really not an unknown thing.
I know, I'm just stating the obvious. He had to have been, on so much drugs.
Just all of them. He was give me all the drugs. Give me all of the drugs.
He was on all the drugs when he wrote that.
Give me those drugs right there. I want your drugs. I want all the drugs, and I'm going to write this movie. Now, all right, next movie. Another movie by Kevin Smith we watched recently, Yoga Hosers.
Oh my, why would I gotta talk about the movies you watch? I watched Bad Moms. I thought it was pretty freaking good. Well, let's talk about that one, huh?
Well, this is the Bob and Katie show. You hold up a second. You can get a moment. You can get a moment. You want to come back to Yoga Hosers?
I guess.
You want to talk about Bad Moms real fast?
Another freaking weird behind movie.
Okay, so we are going to talk about it. All right.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm nice. Jeez.
Now, Yoga Hosers is actually a spin-off of Tusk. In the movie Tusk, Johnny Depp is in the movie, and he's some weird,
He's an inspector,
Yeah, an inspector, and he goes into this gas station, and there's 2 girls running it, and it's actually Kevin Smith's daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter. They're the actresses in the movie Tusk. And he did a spin-off featuring them 2 in that store, and that is Yoga Hosers. And it's about Nazi sausages, basically.
Yeah, they basically get attacked by these little sausages that are Nazis. It's an army of them.
Yeah. Now,
it's just as weird as it sounds.
Now, tell me how many thumbs up or down it gets and why.
Again, I really want to give it 2 thumbs down, but just because I try to see things from everyone's perspective. If you like weird stuff like that, like you do, then it's decent, so I would do one thumb. Just for that.
So the reason that you're giving it 1 thumb up is because you know that I like it? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying if you enjoy movies that are that strange, then you would probably like it.
Okay. I am gonna have to go with 1 thumb as well.
So you didn't like that one as much as Tusk, huh?
I didn't like it as much as Tusk. Now, here's the weird thing. When we were watching it, I was literally sitting there going, man, this is really out there, and I'm not sure if I like it. And like when the movie ended, I was also like, I don't know that I like that movie, which was weird because I expected to like it, you know? So at that point, there were no thumbs up at all. None. And a couple days went by and I had time to process that movie.
You marinated it in your brain.
And I was like, I think I really like that movie.
Pretty sure. It seems like you should go with the initial gut instinct.
Well, that's why I'm only giving it 1 thumb. So I'm going to watch it again. And I'm going to see if the thumb holds or drops. But yeah, after a couple days, I was like, I think I want to watch this movie.
So it's a conditional thumb.
Yeah, it's a conditional thumb. But it is a thumb nonetheless. So Yoga Hosers gets 2 thumbs up. Now, Bad Moms.
I thought it was hilarious.
Bad Moms was right up your alley.
So you 100%. Didn't enjoy it?
No, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really funny. It actually gets 2 thumbs for me. I thought it was a good movie.
I laughed so freaking hard. Oh my gosh.
It has the chick, I can't remember her name, from that 70s show. She's the mom.
Mila Kunis. Is that how you say her name?
Do you say it Kunis? Because that's funny. That's a strange last name. But she was in it, and she played a mom that snaps and starts doing non-traditional mom things, and it's amazing. It really is. Like, as a parent, I mean, obviously I don't know what it's like to be a mom, but I do know what it's like to be a parent. And you get it. You know, it's really relatable.
It's very relatable for like any parent, I think.
So if you have kids, go rent this movie. You'll enjoy it. I will not watch it again. I won't.
I would watch it again.
I won't watch it again. I mean, if you watch it, obviously I'll watch it. I'll play with my phone or something. And I might,
oh my god!
I might laugh a little bit, but I mean, like, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again. But I enjoyed it while I watched it. 2 thumbs up.
It definitely gets 2 thumbs up from me.
Now, the review that I am most excited to talk about, and we're going to go in depth on this one. First of all, one of our listeners, Tyler. Okay, wait, I forgot one. We got to talk about Sausage Party real fast. Another extremely...
It was weird. No. Okay, it was an animated movie about, like, food in a grocery store.
All right.
And it was still nowhere near as weird as Tusk or Yoga Hosers.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You don't... Okay, did you watch Sausage Party with me?
Yes, I did.
Okay, spoiler alert. Sausage Party is about a bunch of fruits and vegetables in a grocery store that want to have sex with each other.
Not everybody wanted to have sex. It was the hot dog and the bun.
Oh, no. It was everybody. Do you remember the ending of the movie?
Well, they did, but that wasn't their main goal in life.
You're right. I don't want to talk about this one too much because this movie really is still new.
The whole premise in the beginning, everybody was looking forward to the great beyond.
Yeah.
Which was leaving the grocery store, getting selected.
The gods come in and take you.
Because they didn't know what happened once you left the grocery store.
Yeah.
So every morning they started out with a little song, and they talked about like going to the great beyond. So yeah, it was not all about them having sex.
Now, if you haven't seen this movie, I know that we're saying it's an animated movie, but it is not kid-friendly.
Oh, no.
At all. No. Not only should your kids not be awake, they probably shouldn't even be in the house. It was about as close, I think, to a pornographic movie that you can get.
As an animated movie can get.
Yeah. About fruits and vegetables and saltine crackers and chewing gum. I mean, like, it was pretty intense.
What was it? Firewater?
Firewater?
The liquor? Was his name Firewater?
Oh, yeah. It was supposed to be
You looked at me like you had never seen this movie. Firewater?
I don't know.
He was like one of the main, like, characters.
But,
did you watch the movie?
I did. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I didn't like a whole lot of the movie, but without giving anything away, when the ending happened.
So you're like, I didn't really like the movie. I just like the ending.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what it comes down to. Like,
you're a sicko.
The ending, when it happened, I couldn't take my eyes off of the screen. I was shocked at the end of this movie.
Yeah, shocked.
And then
it was definitely shocking.
I felt like I had to go take a shower afterwards. Like, that's how intense the end of this movie was. Like, I couldn't believe it.
I was like, I don't feel comfortable watching this right now. Yeah. It's insane.
Like, I looked over at you at one point, and like your mouth was gaped open, and I just wanted assurance that it wasn't just me. Like, I was like,
I was like, oh my gosh, is this really happening?
This is crazy. So, what about thumbs for Sausage Party?
It gets one thumb up for me.
One for me too. It would have been none, but then the ending happened.
It was like, it was not that great. But, I mean, it did have a story to it.
Yeah.
It was entertaining while I watched it. So, I wouldn't watch it again, but...
I don't do drugs, and I don't condone people that do or anything like that. But I would imagine if you were high and watched this movie...
Oh, my gosh.
It might be one of the best things that ever happens in your life. So, if you do drugs, go check out Sausage Party. Because I'm pretty sure the guy that wrote that was high too. But, it was, the ending. The ending did it for me. Like, I think it was more of like a shock value than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, so the movie that I'm so excited about, one of our listeners, Tyler from California, actually sent or tagged me on Facebook or something to this trailer called Tammy and the T-Rex. And, this movie stars Paul Walker and
Denise Richards.
I think it was from like 1994 or something like that.
Was it 94? I was thinking it was like 1990. Because it was like early 90s and it definitely still had like the 80s feel to it.
1994. Is that what I said?
Yeah, that is what you said.
Wow,
good job.
Nailed it. Okay, quick. And I'm not going to worry about spoilers because obviously it's from 1994.
If you haven't seen it by now, chances are you may not.
Yeah, and the whole movie is on YouTube. So that's where we watched it. Now, Tammy and the T-Rex. It's about a guy and a girl, and they're dating.
They're in high school.
High school sweethearts, love story, blah, 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 blah. Well, he ultimately gets killed.
There's a jealous ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, the jealous ex-boyfriend really plays no part in that other than the fact that he put him in the hospital. In the hospital, there was a doctor who's like a mad scientist and takes him. And he tells everybody he's dead. And then he steals the body and goes back to his lab and cuts his head open, takes his brain and puts it in a,
I smell the key.
Oh, do you? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice. Puts his brain in a, like an animated, not animated, what is the word I'm looking for?
Like an animatronic?
Yeah, dinosaur. A T-Rex. Like this T-Rex that he invented that he could put like plugs in and your brain would work inside of this robot. So tell me what happens next. Like what in this movie sticks out to you?
Other than the dinosaur with the guy's brain in it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, after he gets his brain put in the dinosaur, he goes straight to find his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And the scene that got me was he basically kidnaps the girl out of her bedroom, okay? And takes her back to, I don't even remember. Anyway, and he's trying to, you smell it?
Yeah, I smell the candle now. Awesome. I take it all back. Maybe I should be making seals.
The names on letters,
yeah,
not the
paper
creatures.
Yeah. Okay.
Gosh.
Keep going.
So he takes her somewhere. They're like a barn or something. I don't know. And the dinosaur who cannot talk is trying to tell the girl that's him. Mm-hmm. Was his name Michael?
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't remember. Anyway, so she's freaking out at first.
As obviously. She should. Yeah.
But it's like right away she starts talking to the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like the dinosaur points at a bracelet or something, necklace, something like that he gave her.
With his little T-Rex arms.
Yeah, his little fake, short little T-Rex arms, points to it, and she starts telling him, oh, this is the bracelet that we're going to go with Michael. We're going to say that. Yeah. Then Michael gave me. And I was like, are you really? Like, this dinosaur just kidnapped you out of your bedroom window. He took you to a barn or something. And, you're just, like, going to have a conversation with this dinosaur. And it was like, it took no time for her to, like, figure out that it was him. And I was like, really? Really?
Would have never crossed my mind.
And, like,
yeah.
She was just like, oh, so you're Michael inside this dinosaur? Like, after, like, a minute of conversation. And I was like, girl, really?
And the visual effects are from 1994.
Yeah, like, at one point he goes to a payphone, he picks up the phone and puts it to his ear. And I said, there is no way
a T-Rex can reach their ear.
His arms are going to be way too short. There's no way no T-Rex is going to be talking on the phone. He's not going to be able to reach it to his ear.
Now, when the dinosaur starts dialing the numbers, you don't see a shot of the dinosaur. You just see, like, his arms and the fingers.
It looks like gloves.
But yeah, it's definitely green gloves on, like, a human's hand. Oh, it's so funny. And then, like, at the end of the call, he checks the little slot for leftover change. And I'm like, come on, man. Let's just say that you find a quarter in there. Where are you going to put it? What is the need? Like, you're a dinosaur, Yeah. A dinosaur.
The ending of that movie.
That's what I was waiting on. Just go ahead and tell us the end of the movie. Go ahead.
Well, at the end of the movie, they take his brain back out of the dinosaur. And he's at his girlfriend's house, and it's just a brain in, like, a dish.
Yeah.
It's just a brain, but it's, like, hooked to a video camera.
Yeah, it's in, like, that glass bowl that's in your kitchen.
So he can see and then talk.
Yeah.
And so, like, the girl, she comes home, and she, like...
From school.
Yeah.
So she's still in high school.
And then she starts, like, stripping.
Yeah.
And then his brain, like, short circuits or something.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, I love it. I
it's like, she's, like, doing the strip tease. And
then, like, yeah, it blows up. Poof.
And he was like, I really have to get a body.
And that's the end of the movie.
Like, the ending of that one, I was like, because you had started to doze off for a minute, and so you missed part of it. And I was like, no, you have to rewind it.
Now, give people context. I didn't doze off because I didn't like the movie.
If we start off because you always
if we start watching a movie at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, I don't care what it is. Like, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
I'm not that night person I used to be. Now, Tammy and the T-Rex. How many thumbs does it get?
1. It gets 1.
You're gonna give it 1 thumb? That's good.
I'm being generous. I'm trying to take into account how old it is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the effects are horrible. I mean, they're atrocious. It's so bad.
Now, if you're the kind of person that you're going into this movie and you're gonna go, oh, the effects are bad.
There were
the
parts
jokes
of
are
it that,
cheesy.
Yeah, it was cheesy, but there was parts that made me chuckle.
Then sure, you're not going to like it. Then you're not going to give it any thumbs. But if you can go into this movie knowing that it's going to be bad and you expect it to be bad, then you're going to have a blast watching it. I watched that whole movie.
You have to go into it with really low expectations.
Go into it with really low expectations, and it's good. But it's on YouTube. Go watch it, Tammy and the T-Rex. And if you don't like it, don't say nothing to us. We don't need to know. If you do like it, message us. We don't need no negativity in our lives, okay? I'm sorry, we're all different, and you might not like it. Just leave us out of the conversation. Unless you like it. Then talk to us. Let us know. Thank us. But those people that you wasted an hour and a half of your life, that ain't on me. You click play. But it was good. I really enjoyed it. Tammy and the T-Rex. There you go. Movie reviews by Bob and Katie.
Well, there is your phone going off again.
Yeah. What's it say?
Sue, Kent, Ant, and Get 'em Steve Dave just retweeted a photo.
Ooh, let me see it.
No, you're not looking at it right now.
Okay, gosh. That's my fellow ants. I think that's the first time that Get 'em Steve Dave has been mentioned on our podcast. There's going to be at least 2 of our listeners that are like, oh, I know Get 'em. So, you have anything else you want to talk about? We got to wrap this up and do another episode for the Patreon page. You good?
Yeah, I think so.
It was good. It was fun. I had fun talking to you tonight.
Like you don't normally? Like, usually conversation with you
it's hit or miss.
Sucks.
It's hit or miss. What are you going to do?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. You've been real pregnant and tired lately. You have been busy, though. You've been working your tail off.
I have. I've been super busy and exhausted. I had 3 appointments this week. I had 5 sessions to edit this week. I've been busy.
That's right. Get out there and make that money, girl.
I've been very busy.
It's awesome. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. Find your laugh.
Find your happy.